Two kits arrived today from the Ukrainian company Mikro Mir. This is one I've been meaning to buy for a while, the Turtle, which is the first or one of the first submersibles. And Mikro Mir do a whole load of 35th scale mini subs and torpedoes and the like, and I think I'm going to have to start building up a collection of them. This isn't the one that the main part of this video is about, but let's have a look inside the box anyway. So it's not a big kit, pretty small, but then it is 1/35th and there's only going to be the one person in there, at a guess. So one sprue of clear, which I imagine there are portholes and the like on this that I'm not supposed to paint, but this is the simplest way for them to do it. And these would be wooden staves, as pretty much the same as you do build a barrel. Have a look at the top. So you've got, on the top, you've got the bit that the people in it climb out of. There, I'm at a loss for words today. So that's the body and the hatch, I presume, and then some more parts, snorkels and breathing tubes and the like. And these, I'm not sure what these are. They might be ballast, or they might be just to put the thing on to display. And a small sheet of photo etch, and these, looking at the image on the front, these go around the windows on the portholes, and these are the actual propellers that we used to move it. So that looks like a very simple kit of a rather interesting subject. The Turtle was the world's first submersible with a documented record of use in combat. So not necessarily the first thing to go, the first underwater trip, but the first underwater battle use. And there's your instructions. It is pretty simple. This box on here, I don't know, maybe it's got concrete for ballast or something, because the image on the front of the kit shows a chain going from the top here to that. So maybe this is some form of ballast. So yeah, that's an interesting little kit. And there's your pretty simple painting instructions. So the one thing I found the last time I did a Mikro Mir kit was they didn't have anything to aid in the alignment when you're gluing it together. However, that is cool. If you know what it looks like on the inside, you could leave it entirely transparent and put the pilot on the inside, maybe. Anyway, that was a little distraction because this is the subject of the video. This is why I bought this now rather than putting it off again for a few more months. This has just been released from Mikro Mir. Very topical, produced in free Ukraine during the Russian invasion. Ukraine's Maritime Drone. When they made their first attack, I was going to design some for 3D print for 6mm and 350th scale, but I never got around to it. Mikro Mir, being based in Ukraine itself, more on the ball. So they've built a model of them. So let's have a look at this one. Slightly bigger. Obviously, in the 100 and something, nearly 200 years since Turtle was created, things have come on a little bit. It's still a fairly simple kit, so you've got the two parts for the main part of the body, and these run along the side. I think they actually space the top and the bottom, and various other bits and pieces, which will make sense as I start to build it, obviously. And another photo etch sheet for the power vanes at the back, the control, which are part of the control panels, various other bits and pieces, including, I think that looks like the front face of the camera that is part of the control system, and the instructions again. It looks to be fairly simple and fairly straightforward. And I'm going to get started on that. Don't know if I have anything in the appropriate shade of grey. Is the only thing holding me back. So that's the main body of the boat put together. There's a couple of minor gaps. The worst of them's here at the front. The ones along the side here, they'll probably work with a bit of extra glue and just holding them in place to weld for a little while. And a couple of small ones at the back. This isn't of the quality that you'd expect from one of the big manufacturers. It's not a Revel build or anything like that. But Mikro Mir is a small company building short runs of more obscure boats and weapon systems. Even before the country that they operate out of was invaded, they were a little company doing interesting stuff, short runs, and yes, they're not going to be as perfect as a brand new tool from one of the big companies. If I'd had more patience or a bit more experience building boats, I think some of these problems that I have would not have appeared. But you've got to commend what they have done. The first deployment of these boats was in October 2022. And to get a kit onto the market by May 2023 is quite an achievement. There's a bit of flash, a bit more flash than you'd expect from a brand new build, and seam lines as well. The mould isn't perfect, but it's a very interesting subject. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to finish it, paint it, and then put it onto a little diorama. I'm probably going to do a version of the cover of the box for the diorama, and that's going to be in video 2.